I can hear these sounds coming from in this cave. You're kidding. Carry water, you'd be able to carry food. It's brutal out here, mate. My mouth is so dry right now. With only a knife, a hook, and a bit of line. First little bit of shelter. So you just don't have any energy to do anything right now. These goats can't survive. There's no way in the world a human will survive out here. Whatever's in here could have been in here for a long time. The source water with a plastic bottle. Look at that treasure. And I haven't seen one sign of water out here. Oh, what is that? This is a fair income struggle town. These are really good eating. This is probably the place I'd call my own graveyard right now. What is going on, my doggies? Welcome back to another video and welcome to a survival challenge. If you guys are up to date with these videos, you will know that I'm in one of the most brutal, harsh, off-grid places in Australia right now. And I want to see if I can survive out here. All we've got is a knife, a little bit of fishing line, and a tiny little fishing hook. We've got no food, we've got no water, we've got no shelter. This is going to probably be one of the hardest videos I've ever done. I want to see if I can survive out here in this harsh Australian outback. The thing that's going to make this video extremely hard to complete is this. That the goats can't even survive out here. That's a dead goat right there. That doesn't smell very bloody good. I'll give you the hot tip. That goat there has died from dehydration. He's definitely not the last goat we're going to see along these rocks today, but this is the landscape we're going to be dealing with. It is bloody hot. There are millions and millions of flies. That's why I've got this thing over my head. The water, finding water and finding shelter is going to be an issue today. To be 100% honest with you, I don't reckon any human could survive out here with only a knife, a hook and a bit of line. But we're about to figure that out right now. We've got a whole entire day of walking up and down the coast, seeing if we can find things to survive off. Let's go! Have a look at these two goats right here. You definitely wouldn't go hungry. There's 3 goats now. You wouldn't go hungry out here. There's goats everywhere. You'd be able to catch a goat, no worries. They've got no energy. They're all dehydrated and flogged out. But what I have found is this here. Look at that. That's an old cray float. It's still in one piece. You could definitely use that in a survival situation. You'd be able to carry water, you'd be able to carry food, you'd probably even be able to boil water in that if you really had to. It's too big to carry around, but we'll leave that there. We'll remember that's here. That's a good find. Very, very good find this early on in the piece. We'll chuck it down there. Check that out, dude. That's sick. It's an old surfboard. LSD. Been out here for a while. You could also use that for some kind of plate, shelter. That'll come in handy as well. So much treasure just washed up in these rocks here. Lots of cray floats, cray rope. Cray float right there. Look at this one section of the coastline. They've got another one of those epic cray floats, or there's a big buoy. That thing's solid. There is a heap of cray rope here. Look at all this. You spent your time untangling that, you'd be able to make a hammock out of all this. There's no shortage of that. And then over here, there's a drum, and it has something inside it. What's in here? Oh, hold up. All right, this drum is full of some form of a liquid. It has been smashed and battered up against the rocks here, but it doesn't seem to have any holes in it. So whatever's in here could have been in here for a long time. What do we got? Oh, what is that? Look at this. Whatever's inside this container is like an oily, it's almost like oil. I'll tip a little bit out on this rock, we'll have a look. I've got no idea what that is. It's all foamy, can you see it in there? It's all like foamy. Oh, what is that? Well, whatever's inside this container, I'll give you the hot tip. It's not going to be good for the goats to drink it. It stinks, it's black. It almost looks like molasses. I'm just going to crank that lid back up and leave it where I found it. There's no way in the world that stuff there is touching my lips out here. I was hoping that was going to be full of fresh water. Just looking back up the coast here, I seen something else in the rocks up there. I'll go have a look at that. Oh, it's an oil drum. It's a little oil container. Keep moving. Check out all the goats. There are hundreds of goats here all along the cliff face up there. Look at them on top of the ridge there. Then you come down here, look at all these goats, hundreds. All running over the back of that cliff there, a couple here. Look at this one. Hey! Man, they're everywhere, dude. Look at this. This doesn't even feel like I'm in Australia. It feels like I'm in some foreign country. Check this out. Just a ridge full of goats, man, looking down on me. Look at this. So hectic. Look how dry it is out here. Very dry. Here's the very unfortunate remains of another one. This one's only a little baby, look. That's a tiny little skull. He wouldn't have been a big goat at all. I've seen not one sign of water yet. I've been out here for about an hour and a half so far. I haven't seen too much water. Stay there, stay there, stay there, stay there, stay there. Stay there. I don't want to annoy that goat too much, but he's suffering big time. Look at him. That's so sad. I'm just gonna get out of his space. That goat ain't gonna make. Oh no! Look at this. There's another one. I check all these goats. None of the goats have bullet holes in them. They're just dying from natural causes. What goats can do is goats can actually drink salt water. So they come down here, they drink salt water, they can survive a long time on salt water. But because there's no fresh water out here, the fresh water, they've got to get up over this hill and then they've got to go a couple of k's inland where there's like this little natural spring that I've heard of. That's where the goats hang out. But they come down here, they drink this salt water, they drink so much salt water that they just lose all their energy. And then they've got no energy to get back up here and get to the fresh water, and that's why they're all just dying along the coastline here. So they're just drinking too much salt water, and that's the end of them. That's why they've got no energy. You see, when I chased them in the last episode, they'd just take off really slowly. That's the salt water. They've got no bloody energy. They've got no nothing. So it's just the harsh reality of being out here. But if these goats can't survive, there's no way in the world a human will survive out here. There's no rubbish, there's no plastic bottles, there's no paper, there's nothing that we can even like sort of condensate water in. Not yet anyway. We'll keep walking, we've got a big steam today. Look at that. Comfort. Crocs. Well, at least if you're out here, you'll be able to find a shoe to put your foot in. Look at this. Now that is what I call treasure. That's epic, dude. Look at this. This thing's got a few fish in its time. Big teeth marks in it. Bang, bang, bang. Lots of teeth marks in it. That's a bit of treasure for you. Chuck that one in the backpack. That's epic. So hectic out here. There's a little cave. You could probably get in there and have a sleep. It's not massive, but it's definitely a cave. You could get in there. First little bit of shelter. Look how brutal this coastline is. You can't even get down here to try to scavenge shells and food. This is where you're going to get a lot of your snails. You're going to get a lot of your abalone snails. All of that sort of good eating food is going to be along this reef here, but to get down there to actually get it, it's a death sentence, man. Not with this big swell right now. That's a tarp. And that thing is way worse for wear. Look at it. She's definitely seen better days. Would have been a good find though. So many floats here. There's a lot of good stuff washed up on the beach here. There's a half of a copper log. You can definitely use that for building a shelter or something. There's even more wood down here, look. Bang, bang. This is crazy, dude. This whole section of the coastline along here, it's obviously where two currents meet, or the reef allows all the junk to get washed up on the beach, because this particular section here is just covered in rubbish, man. There's floats, there's crate floats, there's bloody wood, there's driftwood here, there's everything out here. There's a lot of plastic bottles like this, none of them in good condition, but what you can do to source water with a plastic bottle, I've done this before, we've done it in a video before, it doesn't work very well. You need extreme heat for it to work. You can cut the bottom of the bottle off, fill it up with salt water, stick that top over the bottom, condensation comes up, dribbles down and gets caught on the little lip you can bend up. That's one way of making water out here, but right now it's an overcast day, it's very hot and humid, but there's not a lot of heat, like direct sunlight. That would never work. Condensation would never work like that in conditions like this. So we're just going to keep walking and look for real water, like sources of actual water getting pushed out of the earth or something like that. Lots of rubbish around here. Look at this. The whole entire bloody coastline is just full of debris. Probably make a kick-ass shelter out of all this wood that's been washed up. How's this beach right now? It's pink sand. Now look at this. Oh, look at that, dude. Treasure. There's another bit of treasure. That one doesn't have a bib on it, but I'm gonna chuck it in the bloody backpack anyway. There's another one. Look at this. Oh, look at that. Hold on, hold your horses. Look at this, look at this. There's another one. That's 3 fishing lures we found so far. 2 here, 1 in the backpack. Wonder how many we'll end up with at the end of the day. Oh, it's a bloody GoPro handle. Look, GoPro. You're joking. I wonder if the bottom of that thing screws off. Nah. Keep it, bro. That could come in handy for something. Little GoPro handle. Look at that treasure. Now that's a real bit of treasure. Are you kidding? That's a sick find. I want to take that home. It's a bloody sanctuary zone marker. Look. Sanctuary zone. You're joking. That's gnarly. Ugh. They've usually got a big shackle on the bottom. Oh yeah, look, there's the shackle there. Big storm must have ripped this thing out. How am I going to get that home? It's massive. Ah! Oh! I don't know about this. Oh! That would be an absolute mission to take that home, but that's so sick. Never found one of them on the beach ever. I don't even know what I would do with it at home, but I want to take it home. It's so rad, dude. That's the best find yet. Sanctuary zone. Big dog. Another float. Have a look at all these goats down here. They're all drinking water. They're all drinking that salt water up. That's why they're not healthy. That's why they're all dying along these rock faces. But they've got no other option. Like, I've been looking hard for water. I've been walking up into the little cracks in the rocks. I've been really studying the sand, studying the trees, trying to figure out where water's coming, and I haven't seen one sign of water out here. We've been walking for probably, I don't know, 2 hours now, and not one sign of drinking water yet. Dude, what the hell, man? I can hear these sounds coming from in this cave. I was thinking, what the hell is that? There's a goat in the back of that cave there. That cave will fill up with water on these big swells, man. Oh, it's nice and cool up in there anyway. Oh my God, look. It's another baby goat. Hello, beautiful. Hello, buddy. Hey, mate. You okay? You okay, mate? Come here. Come here. There's another. Oh, there's the mum. Go with your mum. Hey, go with your mum. Don't come here. Don't you come here. Come on then. Look at that, dude. It's another baby goat. Go with your mum. Go on, go. He's beautiful. Hey, aren't ya? Hey. Go find your mum. How bloody cute was that? There was a tiny little goat just sitting here, and he just came up to me and he wanted to come and say hello. If you guys watched a couple of weeks ago, when I was out here, I actually found a baby goat. Get this bloody thing off. I actually found a baby goat out here in the bush, and I took it home because it didn't have a mum with it. It was by itself. So we've called that little baby goat, we've called that goat Bowie, and he's actually our pet goat now. He's at home with Mac 10, and that goat is the best little thing. That's the best little pet I've ever had. You should see him. He runs around in circles. He does like hops and jumps, and I was only there for 2 days and I took off bush again. So Mucky's been looking after him for about the last week or 2 weeks now, but he is our little champion, mate. We found him out here, inland a little bit from here, but there was another baby goat just sitting there. And he obviously had a mum with him, so I let him go. But oh, there he is there. Look, 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 look. There he goes. Yeah, little baby. Ah, there's the mum, there's the baby. It's good that they're together. I didn't want to take that goat. Let the baby be with its mum, feed off its mum. He's tiny, man. He'd only be about 4 or 5 days old, that goat. An update on my goat back at home, little Bowie. He is doing incredible. We took him to the vet. He's sleeping inside. He's a fully blown pet now. And mate, he's one of the best creatures on the earth, eh? I'll try to get you the video and give you an update at the end of this video or something like that. All right, we'll keep pushing on. We'll go try to find something to eat now. Shelter wouldn't be a problem out here. If you were stuck out here, you could easily find shelter. There's a lot of caves around here. Food, haven't seen any oysters, haven't seen any snails yet, but the problem is that these swells so big that usually down here on that reef there, you'd find food for sure. It's all about finding that water, and I haven't seen one trace of water yet. We'll just keep pushing, we'll keep looking. I'm about 3.5 hours into this walk now, and my mouth is so dry. Only 3.5 hours I've been walking, hadn't had any water yet. My mouth is as dry as a bag of flour. Flies are hectic out here. What I'm doing is I'm gonna get to the top of this mountain or the top of this peak, see where I am, see if we can try to find some kind of a source of water or food. Just want to keep it steaming up to the top there. We'll have a look from up there. Right now, this is a fair income struggle town. It's hectic. The vegetation up here looks bloody sad, doesn't it? Look at this. It's just dry, very, very small scrub like this. There's nothing to it whatsoever. This is where we've been walking the whole day along here. It's just no water in sight. Still not at the top yet. We've got to get over up there, have a look from up top. But this vegetation here is very, very dry. Crusty, you ain't getting no water out of this. We've made it to the top of the ridge. This is where we've been walking. We started 3 hours ago down there somewhere. We've walked this whole coastline, come to the top of this ridge just to have a look, and it just looks all the same. It is just this dry, barren, crunchy land. There's nothing good about this country, eh? It is beautiful, it's my favourite place in the world, but to be stuck out here with no water, my mouth is as dry as a bag of flour right now. It is that bloody hard to swallow. I've only been going for about probably 4 hours now, nearly-ish, 3.5, 4 hours. And my mouth is that dry, wouldn't even be able to spit right now. What I'm gonna do is I'll head back down to the coast. That's the best option. Up here, you've just got nothing. There is no options up here. It's just dead wood and tiny little shrub. Head back down to the coast now that we've been up here and we've had a look. I was hoping you'd just come over the top of this little oasis with bloody palm trees and camels, and not gonna happen. Steam back down there, hit the coast again, we'll keep walking. It's brutal out here, mate. My mouth is so dry right now. And these flies, eh? These flies are so friendly. Put this bloody thing back on. Alright, let's keep going. He's covered in flies. Little bit of treasure in this pocket, eh? Oh, need to have a rest, eh? My back's sweaty as. These flies, man. Look at this. Is that treasure? That's treasure. That's a boat key. Oh, there's no key on it. That's still pretty sick, but is there any key inside? No. I'll keep that. I'll put that on the boat, mate. Epic. FTR. Magus. M-A-G-A-S. Magus, I got your helmet, mate. Looks like he was a painter of some sort. It's got paint all over it. Just walking around here now on these little bit of a tidal flat, or a little rocky flat. There's no swell right now, but it's going to come in any second. There's a couple of these around, and these are bloody good tucker. Have a look at this thing. Get up. Big, dirty sea urchin. These are really good eating. We'll take one of them back up on the rocks. We'll have a feed of him. He's going to be a good bit of tucker. Beautiful eating. There's a couple of these on these rocks out here. This one here is going to be enough for now. We'll just get a little bit of a taste on this one. Come back out, see what else there is. There's not too much around. Oh, there's going to go good, but now that there is a bloody beautiful feed. So this is a sea urchin. They're a big, spiky, ugly looking animal, but the inside context, it's like salty, creamy, fishy butter. So this is what it looks like here. You can probably see this one the best. That orange stuff there, it is delicious. You've got to watch out for waves where I'm standing right now, but that orange stuff there is what we're going to be eating. It's delicacy. I actually really enjoy eating this stuff. Have a look at this. This one will come out easy. There it is there. It's like a big, soggy, snotty, boogie kind of looking thing, but it tastes real good. It's like a salty butter fish. There's another big bit there. So these flies are next level. Look at that. It's very hard to explain the taste of this stuff here, but it's bloody beautiful. Snot. I've seen a heap of oysters out there as well, but the problem with oysters is they're super salty. I haven't had any water today whatsoever, and eating salty oysters is probably going to dehydrate me even more. So what I'll do is I'm going to flip back. I'm going to take a different track from the track we walked here, and we'll start walking back. It's a couple of hours walk back to where we started now, so we'll do a different track, see if we can find more treasure, pick up different things, and keep trying to look for water on the way. But I'm dehydrated as a dog, and it's only halfway through the day. Got a good little bit of grub here though, check that out. Look at the size of this bloody oyster. There's a couple of big slobs around this little bit of reef. I know I said they're salty, I know I said they're going to dehydrate me, but look, food, feed's a feed. That is a big dog right there. A little bit of shell in that one. You guys know. Have a look how many good oysters there are on this rock. These are all oysters here. Big feeder oysters. You can go to ham. Look at the size of this one here. He's a big dog. Ah! Look at that. Delicious. Look at all these little fish in here. Oh. Well, I suppose if you're persistent and you're really bloody hungry, you could catch a handful of these little fellas. I just caught that with my hand. There's heaps of them in here. You just got to be bloody quick. Try to get them. I'll leave them alone, but there's a little bit of food in that pool. You'll be able to catch them after a while. So use your hat and just scoop them up. Whee. Look at all the fish in here. You're kidding. There is that many fish in this little rock pool right now. This is what I brought that little bit of line and the little hook for, to catch these exact fish. See, when this tide starts draining out, these rock pools fill up with fish and it's easy pickings. There's a whole feed right there, look at that. There's about 20 to 30 bloody good sized fish in the bottom. They're all about 100 mil long, 120 mil long. That one's a big dog, look at him. This is a perfect spot. Have a look at this. Big, nice little sheer face there. Sandy bottom, lots of goat shit, but that's all right. This is probably a place that I'd come and die. This is probably the place I'd call my own graveyard right now. Look how good this looks. Hi. You know what's really bloody strange? I actually know how those goats feel. Right now, I've had no water for the entire day. Like, I haven't even let water hit my lips. I can barely swallow. I've got a very, very small headache. I've walked, I don't know how far we've walked hours and hours and hours. My ankle's killing me. My mouth is as dry as it can get. I don't think it can get any more dry. And I have no energy, man. Like, I literally just don't have any energy to do anything right now. I'm actually hurting. Every time I come out to this coastline, I get my ass handed to me. It's such a brutal, brutal part of the world. Honestly, coming out here, with all I had on me today was a knife, a bit of fishing line and a hook, right? Nobody could survive out here with those materials. The materials that we found, I don't think you can generate water from them. There's not enough heat to make condensation. I don't know. If you really put your bloody brain to it, you could probably start a fire, boil water in those big floats we found early, get the condensation off of them, catch them into the top of a bottle or something like that. But that is a massive procedure to do something like that. And then you're going to be drinking water which is boiled out of plastic, which probably ain't good for you anyway. But look, I'm done, I'm fingered, I'm going to pull the pin on this mission. We found some bloody pretty, bloody epic. Look at this. We found a couple of treasures on this mission today. 3 fishing lures. This is a very, very friendly reminder. If you're ever going to come out in the bush and you want to do something like this, if I had a sheet of plastic in my bag, only about 1 meter by 1 meter long, we would be laughing. We'd be able to live out here for the rest of our lives. You could build you could build anything with a sheet of plastic. Like, you could make the condensation from salt water, comes up, drips into a cup, you got water. There's many, many ways. Even a couple of like one stainless steel bottle. If you had one stainless steel bottle with you out here, you'd be able to boil water, the pressure, you'd be able to get the water out of it. But look, I just had my ass handed me today and I'm done. I'm fingered. I can barely even talk or think. I've got a headache, I've had no water all day, and that's the reality of it. Sometimes these survival challenges just don't go to plan. I wanted to sleep in a cave somewhere and start a fire, but to be honest with you guys, I'm actually hurting, so I'm gonna pull the pin. It's hurt. I'm done. Anyway, I hate ending videos like this, but this is just the truth of it, man. I don't bullshit you. So I'll see you guys in the next video, on the next adventure. Just remember, if you're ever out bush, never ever go without water. Always keep a little backup supply of something in your backpack, because today was hard. Right now, I'm actually really hurting. Righto, doggies, much love. Keep it real. I'll see you in the next video. And stay hydrated. That's the #1 key. Much love. I'll see you in the next one. Buddy love yous. See you in the next video. I just got my ass handed to me out there. Look at that, bud. How beautiful is it? It really is a beautiful place.